you just do right now?
It's a sour thingy.
Why do you have that?
I don't know, because it tastes good.
It tastes good.
But it's so bad.
Why are you junior high? Just
Okay, because so I got these when I went to go get the jelly beans.
yeah.
They sold them at the It's Sugar place. And
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I love these things. And my girlfriend, because my girlfriend likes sour candy. I hate sour candy, but I love these
That's weird.
because they're fun.
They are.
They're fun. Like Warheads, like
I love warheads.
Warheads are great because they actually hurt.
They do.
They sting. Like they're like, ugh, like that. But the little spray thing is just like.
I've been recording for 40 seconds now.
Are you serious?
I'm so happy I recorded. That was perfect timing too. As soon as I recorded, you were just like, I'm like, what the fuck? What'd you just do?
Oh my god. Is this how we're gonna start this episode?
I guess so.
Hang on, just let me do another one real quick.
It's like it sounds like you like it, but then when you don't.
It's good because it's sour apple, but it hurts because it's sour.
Now, have you seen those really quick? Just a quick little 2 minute before we start. Have you ever seen those videos or done yourself a lot of sour things in one time?
Yeah.
And then it literally hurts your taste buds.
It burns.
Or have you seen those videos of everyone just putting 100 warheads in their mouth?
Yeah, that's
And
not
they're
no. It's
and then,
not fun.
And then you see their tongues after, and they're bleeding or all cut and blistered and stuff. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Why?
Because I think Mark Maplier did it or talked about it. Like the thing to make things sour, it's essentially an acid.
Yes.
So it's like.
So I forget because I watched this channel called Good Mythical Morning.
Yes, I watched that too. Yeah.
Okay, so you know how they have the mythical kitchen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so he's messed Josh. I love him, by the way.
Yeah.
I hope that one day he listens to us and knows. I love that guy. I want to meet him.
Yeah.
Because he's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys haven't seen it, go watch that
We'll
channel.
put a link.
It's such a great thing. Free promotion for you guys.
Free promotion.
But he's done candy before.
Yeah.
And he's messed with this, and I forget what it's called. It's I forget what kind of acid it is, but it's super white powdery stuff that makes it super sour. And he's like, yeah, if you dip your finger in there and lick it, it stings because it's so concentrated. Yeah. I'm like, dude, why? Why do you want this stuff in you?
What do you want?
Because it tastes good.
Have you had the opposite berry thing they put on your tongue and anything?
No,
sour?
but we should do that.
It'll be fun. That'll be fun
for a video.
We'll do that.
Okay, well, we still have to do the Nolan corner again.
Oh yes,
yeah,
guys.
Yeah.
Don't think we forgot about that.
No, I'm still in the back of my head.
It's just that we've been super busy, and then we come up with new ideas for the show
Tenant's
and
out.
stuff. Yeah,
and I've been wanting to see it.
How are we gonna see that? Is it out on
drive-ins?
Drive-ins?
Yeah,
okay,
I've been wanting to see it because I want to hate myself after watching it.
We gotta watch it together. We gotta watch that together.
Oh! I have a story to tell you.
Okay. Story time with Bryan.
Real quick before we jump into the intro and then start playing our game real quick because we do have a hefty episode this week. So I was uploading last week's episode and I was trying to figure out exactly why our episodes were being released on Podbean at 7:30 in the morning. Because I kept getting
Oh, is that it? Oh, is that a thing?
Yes, because on Twitter it announces when our episodes come out. And if you guys haven't been following us on Twitter or Instagram, go follow.
Go follow, please.
Yes.
You've been listening to us long enough. Can at least do us the favor of following us.
We appreciate it.
Yeah,
you're all mean about it. I'm like, please guys, follow us. We love it.
No. It's been 16 issues now. You keep tuning in, having fun. I'm just kidding.
So, Twitter announces when the episode's released, right? But I kept trying to figure out. I'm like, I said it at 11:30.
Yeah.
Why does it come out at at 7:30?
Yeah.
Is it because when it says hours and minutes, it's how many hours until you want it to release? And so I was messing with the settings, and I looked, and you can change the time zone on Podbean. It doesn't automatically detect it. So for some reason, we've been running the show in Canada Atlantic time.
Canada Atlantic time?
Yeah, so
what
we've
time?
been 4 hours. So when our episodes released at 7:30, when it was planned to be released at 11:30, I think there was a 4-hour difference. Yeah, it was a 4-hour difference. So I'm like, why are we releasing it then? We're in Pacific Coast, man. So I had to figure it out. And now all episodes are coming out on Podbean and Spotify at 11:30 and not 7:30. So now we're staying true to what we're saying.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. By the way, do you have anybody has mentioned to you in person what they thought about? Nothing this week?
No, this week, actually, yes. The little shout out to Joe Sanchez with a Z, 0117. He basically complimented the show as well too, and he said that we both have really good voices. He listened to the episode where we talked about our voices, and that people have always told us that we have nice voices and do it for podcasts and stuff like that. He says we both have really good voices, and our chemistry is really good as well too.
The chemistry I've heard. The voices, I don't know how to take that.
No,
still.
apparently you and I have great speaking voices. We're not hard of hearing. It doesn't. No, he said it doesn't sound fake. It doesn't sound like we're scripted. It sounds genuine.
Okay,
that's why he likes the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
It sounds genuine, and we're not trying to be like anything. We're just basically doing it.
That's good.
And
That's what we're aiming for.
And that's what we are.
We don't come into this planning. Actually, this episode isn't even planned. We literally looked at everything and we said, you know what? Screw this. Let's go ahead and just do it. Let's just come in and record.
Again, we never plan these episodes weeks ahead of time.
We just look forward to them.
These just happen.
Yeah.
And stuff just happens.
Exactly.
Which is funny because we're still in a pandemic. And things are still happening.
Can we just appreciate the fact that we still have content?
We still have content, and we're bringing content.
Exactly.
I love that.
Rene, let's pull up that intro. Because we still got a game to get to.
Is it my week or is it your week?
This is your week.
Is it really?
Yeah. Wait. No. Hang on.
No, because I did it last week.
Oh my God! 15. Is this the actual issue where we forget who did what?
We've been doing 15? It for so long.
You're right.
Is this issue 15?
Yeah. This is issue. This last week issue was issue 15. This is issue 14. All right. You ready?
Go for it, buddy.
Hello, citizens. Welcome to Keeping Up with the Nerds Variety Hour, coming to you from 12920 Philadelphia Street, Whittier, California, aiming to be Whittier's #1 podcast for all things nerdy. I'm your host, Bryan. Rene. And welcome to the show. I stole that line from you.
No, yeah, I feel like we need to say that now after we're done recording.
Yeah, it's a nice thing, not to be mean and force people to follow our socials and stuff.
Yeah,
but
go do it.
All right.
No.
So this week's
yes
little favor.
Mm-hmm.
So let's introduce this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Guess That G Fuel with Rene. Hey. So I'm gonna get revenge on you this week.
No.
Yes, because I didn't want to eat a habanero jelly bean on episode 1 of this.
Hey, that's not my decision.
It wasn't. It was me.
Fate.
No.
Destiny.
No,
Brian.
you know what? I was too lenient on you. So this week,
That's true.
you have 4 hints, by the way, because you did guess it.
I did guess it.
So you have the option to look at the color, or you have the option to get 3 different options, or a hint, basically. Okay. So with that said, I'm going to make it so that you have
washing my mouth out.
You have 15 seconds now.
15 seconds,
15 seconds to guess the flavor.
And if I don't get it in 15 seconds, I'll take the punishment.
Yes, exactly. Okay, and yours is easier. Mine
is
freaking hot all the time.
No, it is, but I think it's funny to listen to you,
Well, I couldn't speak for like 10 minutes. It sucked. Okay, let me go get you this. Let me give you the G Fuel.
Interior. Bryan gets out. Gets out of his chair. holding a red Solo cup, handing it to Rene.
I swear, it's G Fuel and caffeine. It's not anything else.
Yes.
Okay, don't look at the color.
Don't look at the color. Okay, is it really a dead giveaway?
It's not really.
Okay.
I've actually made it legitimately kind of difficult for you.
Really?
Yes.
Did you mix?
No.
Okay.
No. That's cheating. We're not there yet. We're not at that stage. Okay, Rene, go for it.
Ooh,
15 seconds. And you get to decide. If you decide to use a hint, then we start the clock.
I want to say lime.
Lime.
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Are you sure?
No, but yes.
You're not even going to use a hint?
Can I look at it? Yes.
Look at it. Look at the color.
Oh, man, I'm wrong.
15 seconds.
Let me see one more time.
You have 3 hints available.
No.
7 seconds.
I want to say it is strawberry.
Final answer.
That's my final answer.
Renee.
Yes.
You are wrong.
Ah, damn it.
Bom, bom, bom.
What was it?
Lingonberry.
Lingonberry. Wait,
Lingonberry.
Lingonberry?
Lingonberry.
What's the significant berry in it though?
Lingonberry.
Is that that's your?
It's the IKEA berry.
What is an IKEA berry?
You've never been to IKEA?
No, I'm too.
Are you serious?
I'm too poor.
It's. I want to say it's pronounced lingonberry, but it's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let me look it up.
The only berries I know is strawberry, blueberry, blackberry, raspberry, berries. And maybe what is it? What's the Knott's Berry Farm berry?
Boysenberry.
Boysenberry. Yeah, that's the weirdest berry to me.
You've never seen this berry?
Let me see.
It's like a very neutral. Oh no, I don't want the actual website here.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks like that should be part of like a Christmas tree or something.
If you would ask for a hint, I would have shown you this cup. It's PewDiePie's cup.
Oh.
PewDiePie is Swedish, and they're known for that. That's the whole gimmick about it.
It's a Swedish berry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're gonna spin that spinner.
Dang.
Let's go.
All right. I'm not even gonna. Hold on. Let me see. Let me just do it one more time. Okay. Oh man. I have to choose. It's either juicy pear or booger.
Yes. Oh, but booger's salty, so it's not that bad. You got lucky, buddy.
Which one? Okay, so it's the green one with like.
Eat that jelly bean.
Oh yeah. It's
oh booger. No, you finish it. You finish this, buddy.
That's
Don't you
so
sit
bad.
Don't you spit it out.
I can't swallow it, man.
Okay, I finished the habanero one.
I can't swallow that. So, because it like put me back in childhood right now. Like, oh, it's stuck in my teeth. Oh, that's terrible.
Revenge is set. Welcome to my pain from last week. All right, Rene, we're ready to continue with the show.
Please get my mind off the booger I just ate.
Yeah, at least you're not stuck with the infernal flames in your mouth. All right, so in this week's episode, pretty much we got slammed with a bunch of news.
Yeah,
this was a heavy week.
We were messaging each other and we're just like, you go, dude, this is a lot. I'm like, it's gonna be a meaty issue.
It's a meaty issue.
Yeah, very meaty issue.
This is heavy because at the end of last week's episode, we were pretty much talking about what was it that we were talking about in last week's episode? Or issue, excuse me.
Oh, it was a DC fandom.
DC fandom too, right? So, which was pretty good. I mean, that was the only major thing that happened that week besides Mulan releasing, which, by the way, we were kind of right.
Yes. So, I had a question from people, few questions about Mulan that people were thinking, are we going to review it soon? Were we going to watch it right now? I told them no. Bryan doesn't have Disney Plus.
I have Disney Plus.
Oh, you have Disney Plus?
I'm just not going to pay $30.
Yeah, so that's basically the deciding factor. We're gonna watch it, but we're not gonna pay $30.
No, and it'll be a video once it comes out.
Yeah, we're gonna do a video. It's comes out December 4th, I think.
Yeah, just a couple months. It's
just
fine.
Wait a couple of months. It'll be another Christmas. It'll be a Christmassy episode.
Christmassy review.
Christmassy review along with Die Hard and stuff. I don't know.
From my understanding, I think Mulan made under 6 million box office. Mm-hmm. Like the box office numbers for like the first week of Mulan was like under 6 million.
Yeah, that's really bad. Like
for Mulan.
Was that for like drive-ins?
I want to say no. I think it was for everything.
For the oh wow.
Yeah, let me look this up real quick.
Basically, but yeah, while Bryan's doing that,
so theatrical release thus far was 36.7 million according to Box Office Mojo.
Okay.
But the movie took 200 million to make, supposedly.
I think on Rotten Tomatoes, the critic score was like maybe a low 80.
Yes.
So it was like 83%. It didn't get it certified fresh.
No. Part of it has to do with like the controversies that are like happening around Mulan.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I kind of want to say that it's like, because we still can't necessarily say that it was a bad movie since we haven't seen it.
We haven't seen it. That's the thing. So we can't put our opinion out there yet. And we're not going to yet until we finally watch the movie. So we will watch it. It's just we can't. We're not going to pay $30.
No, not yet. But I will say this: Jungle Book, the one that was directed by Jon Favreau, the live action one. I like that movie. I
haven't watched it yet.
It's a really good one. A lot of people don't like it, but it's really good, and I enjoy it. So maybe this one was reviewed badly for that reason.
Yeah.
That people just did not like the live action remake, but it could be that maybe we do like it and we give it a positive score afterwards.
Well, we'll see.
So we never know. But we were kind of right in the sense that the numbers for this are not the expectations.
No.
And I don't think even if Disney were to come out and say, well, we weren't expecting to meet our budget, like what we made and make more because of the pandemic, even if they come out and said that, it doesn't justify the reason as to why it made less than 50 million.
That's true.
You know? So we're kind of right. I mean, I kind of hope that maybe it earned a little bit more, but if it's not good, then sure, it's justified. But that goes to show that the model doesn't necessarily work to make people pay the premium.
Yeah, and I think this is the final nail in the coffin because from what I've heard, it's not a great movie. So to me, it feels like this is going to be maybe Disney's last try to attempt to make a big budget live action movies from their animated selection. So I think at this point, if they were going to do another one, they should probably stop.
Yeah, I think this maybe might have been the like you said, the nail on the coffin. Yeah. So that came out during the week of DC Fandom, and we didn't go over it because DC Fandom took a lot to talk about. Yeah, it was pretty jam-packed and it was pretty good. And if you haven't listened to that issue 15, go to last week's episode or last week's issue, give it a listen. Let us know what you guys think. But for this week, pretty much after DC Fandom happened, we got hit with news back to back to back to
news, trailers, and then stuff getting announced.
Early Christmas
for us, especially for you.
Yes. So the big announcement this week that we knew was going to happen was the Sony release or the Sony conference or event that was scheduled for this Wednesday. Yeah. And we were finally going to see the price and release date of the console itself, since Microsoft released the Series S and the Series X prices and release date of those consoles. So there was no way that Sony was going to hold out and say like, oh, well, we're going to wait until the last minute to tell you when it's going to come out. So that was a big one. But then we got hit with the Star Wars Squadron cinematic trailer, which is...
That was really early, too. Ooh. That got released a whole week early, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Ooh. You were in the group chat.
Oh, my God.
So there's a group chat, guys, that I just got inducted in.
Friend of the show Rebel and friend of the show Bishop were kind enough to bring you in.
Bring me in, and I get to see all the bickering. I shouldn't say bickering, just the little tangents. Friendly banter that friend of the show Rebel and Bishop and Bryan get into. It's fun to watch. So I remember as soon as the Squadron Supreme dropped, you're like, I think you even said in the chat, you'd be like, I know this is like kind of like edgy to say, but this might be the best Star Wars like film or like little thing story ever made.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang. And I watched it.
Yeah.
And I see why.
So we'll go over that right now.
Yeah.
So that was released. And then what else was released? Apple had its event where they announced the Apple Watch, the Series 6, the Apple SE. We're not Apple users. We run Android. But for me, at least, it's always interesting to see their hardware and software that comes out. Simply just because I'm a huge tech guy anyways, so I want to see what they come out with, and honestly, I wasn't disappointed. We're not going to talk about that here. It's way too complicated for me to like try to explain it in like, I think it's easier, but I think it's easy to explain. I just don't want to sound confusing, and we don't want to lose you guys, so we'll stick to the easier stuff to talk about. Easy stuff. Nvidia released a new graphics card which boosts up PC graphics, and so now the whole concept of ray tracing that was announced in consoles makes more sense because we get to see that it's not so much of a gimmick, but we get to see it now be more accessible to people that want to purchase these graphics cards, which was interesting because this came around the same time that Xbox and PlayStation were announcing their consoles as well. So it's cool to see graphics cards come out for PCs, and it's just a good boost for technology.
Definitely.
What else was announced? I know I'm missing a lot of stuff.
I know the Mandalorian trailer.
Oh my God, yes! Why do I keep forgetting that?
I don't know. You keep forgetting that.
Star Wars on Star Wars, man.
Star Wars on Star Wars. The Mandalorian trailer finally dropped for season 2. Sorry, guys.
What was that?
That's the answering machine for the store. Oh. Someone's trying to call right now.
I see.
Which is weird. It's like 8 o'clock here at the store. We're after hours. And someone tries to call. I'm going to try to talk over it so you guys don't hear anything. But basically, the Mandalorian trailer dropped for season 2. It looks really good, guys. It looks amazing. The whole action action looks great. I love that there's like a little bit more relationship between Baby Yoda and, Mando.
It seems like it's more set on itself, if that makes any sense, because I think that the Mandalorian, we kind of were trying to figure out what was the story around here.
Yeah, you could tell too that season 1, because of how the episodes are so different from one another, that they wanted to see what fans reacted to the most, and it looks like we're going towards more westerny kind of action, but then also figuring out more about the child and stuff like that.
Okay, so since we are in the Star Wars realm, should we discuss Squadrons and the Mandalorian?
Yeah, let's talk about since we're on Mandalorian, it's not going to take long. You want to do Mandalorian?
Yeah,
first?
And then we'll go into Squadrons.
We'll go into Squadron. Yeah,
Star Wars and Star Wars. Let's go. Why not? Why not? And then we'll hit the bigger ones with the Sony and the Sony conference and Xbox, and then we'll end it with pretty much something that we discussed in the first couple of episodes with the DC streaming services and stuff like that. Definitely. Because there was some news that came out today as well regarding that stuff. But in regards to The Mandalorian, you pretty much said it yourself pretty well, that it set up a scene. It sets up the seasons 2. Excuse me, that does not make sense. It sets up season 2 well enough that it's not going to be confusing. We know what to expect from here. Did you catch any of the Easter eggs and stuff like that?
So there was I think a cloaked person that Mando was looking at in I guess it would look like I don't know, I forgot the area, but there was a person in a cloak. It may have been a Jedi cloak or something like that. Okay. Because he mentioned the Jedi Knights when that scene was shown. And then she just she or he disappeared. And I was like, ooh, who's that?
Could it be what's her name from Star Wars Clone Wars?
Yeah, what's her name? The
Ahsoka?
Ahsoka, yeah. Ahsoka, or the other one, what's her name? The Inquisitor? Okay. That's what a lot of people were saying from Clone Wars.
Yeah, but we know for a fact that there's an actress already starring as Ahsoka in season 2. This is confirmed.
That's Rosario Dawson?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a great actress.
Okay, so there's that to look forward to. Yes. That wasn't even teased in that episode or in that trailer.
No, that was just announced in basically, and then also there's been announcements that Boba Fett's going to be in it as well too.
Boba Fett was okay. I've seen some photos of that where it's they show off the jetpack that's there.
I think that's what it might be, if anything. I think if anything, if not Boba Fett, it's going to be because in season 1, he still has his jetpack, or was it destroyed? Oh, no, it was destroyed. It was kind of damaged a bit. That's what happened to it.
I want to say that knowing Jon Favreau, he's not going to bring Boba Fett as a character.
No,
he's going to hint at him.
Yeah, no, I think if anything will be a mention.
Yeah.
And that would be, I'll be fine with that.
More than enough.
I don't need to see Boba against Mando, honestly, because it's just, that's too fan servicey, I don't know. That's just me, though.
We don't know where Star Wars is headed.
Yeah,
we don't know, because Mandalorian has shown that it's not full-on fan service. Technically, we can describe it as yes, it's full-on fan service, but it's full-on fan service done right.
No,
it's satisfying a lot of different avenues for fans that are really hardcore. And
definitely,
yeah, I know a lot of hardcore Star Wars fans, and they love The Mandalorian, even though it's got the Disney title card right there.
Well, that's what makes it great, is that it's a lot of stuff shown to you. It's not being told. It's a lot of stuff that you see and you're like, oh, look at that. That's blah, 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 blah.
When we did the overview of The Mandalorian, we mentioned Jon Favreau bringing in a group of people that just love Star Wars. And the way I see it, The Mandalorian is being developed by people who love Star Wars to show off a Star Wars story to fans that also love Star Wars. It's not just fan service to get you hyped up.
Yeah.
It's not just floating wizards with laser swords. It's an actual story.
No, it's actually goes beyond that. It's not just, Jedis and stuff or Skywalkers. This is just the world of Star Wars.
Yes, which is one of the reasons why Rogue One to me is probably one of my top 3 favorite Star Wars movies of all time.
I didn't like it, but okay.
Oh, man, I feel like I'm the only one, and I don't mind that. I like it. I'm a Starship guy. So for me, it's always an interesting story to see something aside from the lightsabers and Jedi and stuff like that.
No, that's true. It was good, but it was just I don't know. The characters just weren't fleshed out enough for me.
No, and I don't blame him. Yeah. That's why I don't argue. If people don't like it, they don't like it. But, this is just me liking that itself. I do want to mention something, though.
Go for it.
Because we were talking this before recording. Not a lot of people are picking up on the fact that when Mandalorian or the Mando...
Yeah.
When the Mandalorian was talking, he referred to the Jedi as the enemies.
The enemies, yes.
Yeah. Which is kind of... Is it interesting, or am I overthinking this?
No, because I think you did pick it up on something, because from the way that the movies present the Jedi, at least to the audience, you would think the Jedi are the good guys. But if you look at certain stories and look into the lore and how the Jedi Temple was in the Old Republic, they were essentially kind of like basically like soldiers and just withholding their own beliefs and making sure you got to make sure you stay in order and stuff like that. So it's like you could see the Jedi as as bad people in a way.
Could we say that maybe this is Imperial propaganda kind of manipulating what the general population of the galaxy sees the Jedi? We annihilated the enemy because they were pushing their beliefs upon people, whereas the Empire was trying to hold stability in the galaxy. They got destroyed, therefore the Jedi are the enemy. These people of what is it called? Of legend, are pretty much the enemy. So is that probably why the Mandalorian?
That could be another possibility as well too. People already thinking that they've been told from the Imperial, that the Jedis are evil and stuff because they, like you said, hold their own beliefs and be strong about it.
They're sorcerers. I like that line.
They're sorcerers.
They're sorcerers. It's like, that's cool. Like I like it because I think we're so comfortable with the fact that the Jedi are just good guys.
Yeah.
But when we get to hear it from like an outsider's perspective, someone who
especially if a character that we liked,
isn't the only person that technically doesn't believe him in the mainline movies is Han Solo. He's the one that kind of doesn't. Or am I missing someone else?
No. Han Solo. I think so. And then
like the characters that we follow.
Oh, throughout the years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Han Solo is the only one that doesn't really.
Oh, the Rogue One characters technically too.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Oh, because one with the Force will be with me.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So it's like within like the original trilogy because the Jedi have been gone for so many decades. That's why. So at that point, it's just basically like you said, stories of legends and people have like take it or leave it. If they believe it or not. So.
I'm hyped for this one.
Yeah, I'm really excited for season 2. It looks like they are mostly focusing on like maybe an ice planet or something or somewhere, I don't know. But I'm really excited.
There's not a lot of detail for us to say. But we know where this plot is kind of headed.
Yes.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Ah, man, I can't wait.
I know, me either.
Speaking about, this whole kind of different perspective on the Star Wars universe.
Oh, man.
Star Wars Squadron.
So, if you guys didn't know, a Star Wars Squadron released a cinematic trailer.
Give them a quick little synopsis of what Squadron is, because I think that when we mention it, it's
we
not a
talk
TV
about
show or a movie.
So Squadron Supreme?
It's just Star Wars Squadron.
Oh, Star Wars Squadron? Okay, never mind. I'm thinking about the other video game that came on the N64.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So,
Rogue Squadron.
Rogue Squadron. That's what. Squadron. It's, I don't know why. So, Star Wars Squadron. I don't know why I'm saying it so much. It doesn't sound right anymore.
Star Wars Squadron.
Star Wars Squadron is a video game coming out for the PS4 and Xbox, right?
PC as well.
PC as well, too. And this game is a team-based game, but you get to fly around in X-Wings and TIE fighter guys.
TIE interceptors, TIE bombers,
any
Y-wings,
sort of,
A-wings.
Yeah. So it's like basically like, if you played Rainbow Six, you get to choose between a bomber or a person, a breacher, or a person that runs in and just being an attacker or defense and stuff like that. In this one, it's the same.
But
I don't want to say the same mechanics, but in space and with Star Wars on it, where you get to choose from different ships. One can be an attacker, one can be a person that be a supplier and stuff like that. While you're flying around, taking on either the Rebellion or the Empire.
So this is pretty much after Episode 3, if I'm not mistaken, right? It's kind of towards the end of Episode 3. I can't remember. We mentioned it in the video. We recorded a video.
Yeah, because the Rebellion's in here, so I think it's after Return of the Jedi, right?
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. It's after
3.
Return of the Jedi. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. It's after the Return of the Jedi because the Empire's fallen.
The Empire has fallen.
So you're
right.
Yeah. So it's after Return of the Jedi.
This is it's right after because they're slowly losing their resources and stuff. Yeah.
So we talked about this in a video probably about a month and a half ago. So if you guys want to check out our YouTube channel, it'll be on there. We pretty much gave our thoughts on the original trailer that released gameplay and the mechanics of the game.
Yeah.
But this one was the cinematic trailer.
And so there was no gameplay, but you get to feel of, I guess there will be a campaign.
The atmosphere.
Yeah, the atmosphere
of the story.
Now, is there going to be a campaign in this
There
game?
is, and you get to play 2 different versions of it. You get to play from the Rebellion side and the Imperial side.
Okay.
This one was the Imperial side perspective. And oh my God.
It was so good. Basically, it starts off that we follow this certain TIE fighter guys and they're slowly losing all the Imperial ships and stuff like that.
The Rebellion's giving a massive push, pretty much destroying them all.
A really good push. But again, we are not following any sort of Rebellion characters. This is all just Imperial Imperial character or Empire characters. So a TIE fighter, we're following one specific TIE fighter, and they're just losing ships left and right and stuff.
If you guys haven't seen the trailer, I highly recommend it. Even if you don't play video games, it's a very good story because I feel like it gives you an idea of what it would be like to see it from the. Technically, yes, the Empire are the quote unquote bad guys.
Yes.
That's how the movie's
That's how the movie tells the story. At least.
And I know I'm gonna get called out by this because they're technically not the bad guys. The Empire is so good.
Okay, no. First of all,
that's how they're portrayed in the movies.
It's how it's portrayed. We're going off of how it's portrayed in the movies and how people usually take it. That's the thing.
But if you guys want a quick rundown of the trailer, like Rene said, the Imperial TIE fighters are pretty much losing a battle and they're asked to be retreat. The main leader of this squadron pretty much makes a last-minute decision to save one of their squad members, manages to do so only to get then blown up by an X-Wing, pretty much dying.
Yeah.
And so the squadron leader gets left behind, tries to make it to the Star Destroyer, and that scene was so perfect.
That was so
He's
intense.
like almost there, and then it just light speeds out.
For a second, I thought he was going to get there.
And then he doesn't. No. And you're just like, oh, and like, why are you feeling for this guy? And like, if you support like the rebellion, like, you're like, wow, like it hits hard.
It hits you good because again, these are not clone troopers. These are just people that are trained to become, stormtroopers or, just be part of the Empire and stuff like that. So this is just a guy.
Yeah.
This is just a guy that we're following.
He's pretty much lost one of his wings. Yeah. He can't fly anywhere, so he goes into a big pile of debris and hides because one of the X-Wings pretty much goes out in search and tries to figure out
all of his stuff and stuff like
that. The scene then goes into a massive starfight between the two. The TIE fighter tries to escape, does a bunch of maneuvers, goes into a planet, basically outmaneuvers the X-Wing. X-Wing crashes into a rock, and he can't fly anymore, falls into the ocean. And we see him marooned on a beach. Then
before the X-Wing fighter, the pilot, before he was about to quote unquote maybe get his turn of killing the TIE fighter, he told him, "War is over, imp." Yes. That was the big thing. He says the war is over, imp, and then next thing you know, the TIE fighter did a maneuver and had him crash into a rock. Yeah. Which was great, by the way.
So then he finds his helmet. It's receiving a message, and he picks up, and then he says, "War's not over."
War's not over.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Because for me, at least, what I got of that is that I finally get to be emotionally attached to the opposite side.
Which is great.
Is the Empire actually misunderstood? We can argue yes or no, but yeah, go on.
No, I think what it just shows you, it's just, I will always think the Empire is bad, at least, because that's how the movie portrays it. But the thing is, I've always found it interesting is that how these people got to be part of the Empire and what they believe in and stuff like that. That's interesting to me.
Why are you fighting for them?
Why are they fighting for them? And I want to know, obviously it's not going to go too into depth with characters, but just to show that is really interesting because, again, it's not your typical, you would think they would show a rebellion pilot. But no, we're seeing they did the complete opposite, which makes it even more like the story's so rich. You're just like, oh man.
So the fact that he got left behind, it's like obvious. The Empire's not going to care about one person.
No.
They've got thousands and thousands of people on that Star Destroyer. You would kind of see that from the rebellion side, maybe wait until everyone is there.
Yeah.
And then if they don't, then go back and find a search party to find the person. No, this guy got left behind. So to see his loyalty still lie with the Empire and then say war is not over. Now that's interesting because now we're following the story and I'm so invested in this. I want to know what his tie into the Empire is. Like, why are you still fighting for him? Like, why? What's your motivation?
Yeah. What's your mentality? How did you get there? And then also, how is he going to get back?
Yes.
Which is super interesting. So that just got me super more excited for this game for Star Wars Squadron.
Such a great time to be Star Wars
fan. I think you got to get on the PS5 so we can play it together.
The PlayStation 5? Yeah, I think it's on PlayStation. I think I'm going to buy it. It's crossplay.
It's crossplay?
It's crossplay. Cool. So I think if I get it on Xbox or PC, then we can play pretty much on every other platform.
Cool.
Oh, we're playing it. Are you kidding me?
I'm playing that.
Yeah, dude, I am so totally going to invest myself in this. I'm going to be giving you the call outs and stuff. I'm so ready, dude. This is my dream, man. Piloting an X-Wing, heck man.
This is going to be super exciting. Just that story just sealed the deal for me. then I'm gonna play that game.
Yes,
I'm gonna definitely get that game.
Fantastic time to be a Star Wars fan.
Yes.
That wasn't the only piece of news, Rene.
No.
So, should we discuss the DC stuff that has been coming up? DC's still taking over.
There's always so far DC has done a good job of making sure that they are featured in our episodes or issues. I mean, like we always mention something. So this week, the big announcement was today that they announced that all of their DC Universe stuff will
not all of it.
No, yeah,
not all.
Most of it. At least. Okay, so like the big hitters. So you got Doom Patrol, Titans, Young Justice. Harley Quinn just got renewed for another season. And I think that's pretty much it, right?
I'm looking at the actual the
just like all the shows that are like basically currently still running, not the shows that they have featured on there.
So, Young Justice got announced for season 4.
Yes, which is
called
awesome.
Phantoms, and this was announced last week in our last
at
issue.
DC Fandom, yeah.
So they got their 4th season, which is pretty cool because Young Justice was a show that came out years and years ago. Yeah. Died out after season 2, and then it only got picked up for a season 3 because Netflix
had it,
streamed it, and people fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And if you have not seen Young Justice, give that show a shot. Like even if you are one of those people that grew up watching Justice League or Justice League Unlimited or the Batman animated series, it is such a very well-developed show that I feel that even as an adult, if you grew up watching those original ones, you'll still appreciate it because it's not all like comfort and happy stuff.
Young Justice is such a great show because I love the Batman animated series. I still love it. That's still my favorite DC animated show. But Young Justice hit something really close to me because it was like you get to follow the sidekicks and then like be treated as like, okay, what I love is that it shows like the Justice League as like the full front of like saving the planet and stuff like that, when really it's the behind the scenes stuff, like all the special op missions that the sidekicks get to do and stuff like that. That they're the ones really helping to save the planet,
even though they're just training.
They're just training, but like it's really cool just to see that aspect of it,
And you get to see their development as well, like Beast Boy's development, or Beast Boy was introduced in season 2. Right?
Yes, he was introduced in season 2. Yeah, and then, but no. So the original team consists of Robin, which is Dick Grayson Robin, Aqualad, Superboy, Miss Martian,
Kid
Flash, and Artemis.
Yes,
which was Green Arrow's sidekick.
Yes, and these kids essentially grow up in season 2. Dick Grayson transfers or becomes Nightwing.
Yeah.
Damian Wayne becomes the new Robin?
It's Tim Drake.
It's Tim Drake. Okay, so Tim Drake becomes Robin. Kid Flash is still Kid Flash.
Kid Flash is still Kid Flash, but then we get introduced to Impulse.
Okay.
Impulse. Which is it's Bart Allen.
And then Superboy he starts to kind of mature and
he's still Superboy.
Yeah, but he develops this kind of like confused aspect of himself. Like, does he belong here? Should he be on his own? Because technically he's Kryptonian, right? He's
half Kryptonian and half human. So he doesn't have the full powers. The only thing he has for Superman's powers is actually just the super strength. Maybe the X-ray?
No, I don't think the X-ray.
No, so maybe it's just super strength. That's about it.
Not flight.
No, flight. He can't fly. No.
Yeah. So it's interesting because you get to see these kids grow up and try to figure out their own lives and stuff like that. In the end of season 2, it pretty much hits you hard. Yes. Specifically with Kid Flash's storyline.
Yeah, his story arc, which was really good. And then also even Aqualad's story arc is so good.
The stuff. Okay, so that is Aqualad's story arc is probably one of the biggest reasons to watch Young Justice.
From season 2, he has like the best story arc from beginning to end, which is amazing.
I haven't seen season 3 yet, so
season 3 is good.
Okay, so once this hits HBO, I'm definitely gonna go watch it. But they're one of them. They're transferring over to HBO Max. Titans, which is what is it called? The Teen Titans live action show.
Yeah,
that was announced for the DC Universe a couple of years back. They're going over to HBO Max.
I think they're going on season 3 now.
Okay, and then Doom Patrol will be getting 1 through 3 on there, and Harley Quinn is on HBO Max right now. They've only got 2 seasons, but like you said, they were announced for season 3. Renee, please watch Harley Quinn.
I will, yes.
It is so
I
good.
want to watch that series. It looks really good.
It's so fantastic. And I'm so happy they announced the season 3, specifically just because I really want to see these characters grow. It's so great to see satirical versions of all these different characters, especially King Shark.
Oh yeah.
King Shark and Bane are just fantastic.
I think King Shark is like a very underrated character because he's so great. He can be like really funny, and then just like super great at the same time. Like I love King Shark as a villain.
I think he was voiced by Ron Futches, I think is what I said last week or in last week's issue. And he's just fantastic. He made the show for me. But if you haven't seen Harley Quinn, it's good.
Yeah.
Now, this goes back to something that we were mentioning in previous issues before, that it's a kind of, like, it sucks that DC Universe is slowly getting dissolved.
Yeah.
Like, we're not getting the back catalog. We're not getting Batman Beyond. We're not getting the Batman animated series. We're not getting the Superman adventures. We're not getting any of that stuff. We're just getting, like, the main shows that have been released on the DC.
The current shows that are still going on.
Yes. But DC Universe also has its own quirks because you get to read the comic books on there, like all the online comic books. There's a back catalog regarding that stuff. My thing is this. I think that this transition from bringing these shows over to HBO Max is a good thing, even though there are some people that disagree with it, because this will allow more people to watch it and not have to spend the extra, how much is it now, $7?
Yeah, it's $7 for DC Universe, but most people did pay just the annual.
Year.
Yeah, the annual.
So they don't have to pay an extra subscription service just to watch these things. They can literally watch it on something that they might already have.
Yeah.
Excuse me, especially since HBO Max is, I think they're running a promotion right now for $11.99.
Yeah.
For every month, which, by the way, get it if you haven't.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If you haven't, that's how much I'm paying for the month, for the year. Pretty much $11.99 every month.
Okay.
But yeah, it's more accessible, and it's a good thing because Young Justice is proof of that.
Yeah.
Because of them being released on Netflix and having that, that support from the audience, we got season 3 and now season 4. There's no complaints.
No, definitely not. No.
I mean, do you? What do you think? Is this good news?
No, I personally liked it because when I first got the DC Universe app, when I got it when it first came around, so there wasn't a lot of content already. I think when we got it, when it came out, I was just gonna watch Young Justice, the new season, and I got caught up, and I didn't realize I thought it was gonna be like how Netflix was, where they kind of put out everything so you could binge it. No, they wanted people to keep subscribed to it.
It was
so,
like a
so every week would be a new episode and stuff. So I kept it for a while. Titans wasn't coming out just yet. I think Titans came out maybe like a couple months after Young Justice was going to finish up, because I knew that was their plan, was that they're going to do like one show, and then like after that show was done putting out their episodes, then they'll put out a new show and stuff like that. So I didn't stick with it for a while. And then I just kind of got rid of it because I already pay for Netflix, Hulu, Amazon.
You're already paying a bunch of subscription stuff, so there's no reason why you need another $7 one.
So now, I mean, I don't have HBO Max now, but I am gonna get it just for watching certain HBO shows. Like I want to watch Lovecraft Country.
Yeah, I heard that one's really good.
That's the one I'm probably gonna start maybe in October, and maybe we'll start talking about it in October or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay, I'll watch it too.
Yeah.
I'll watch it too because I've been interested in that one. The other one that I want to watch is Raised by Wolves.
Yes,
it's that Ridley Scott.
Yeah, that's another one
series
that we should talk about too.
Yeah.
So with those shows, there was already other stuff I want to watch on HBO Max. So with now that DC is putting their shows on there, it works out for me. That's the thing.
Do you think that they are incentivized to put that back catalog that they have on DC Universe on HBO Max? I don't think they are, but it would be nice to have it.
It would be because they have Friends on HBO Max.
Yeah.
So why not put already a back catalog show on there? They already have back catalog shows on there already.
They have Friends. They have Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah. So it's like, why not put Batman the Animated Series or Batman Beyond,
They've got a good selection of movies. They also have a good selection of TV shows. But I think that if Warner Brothers came out and said, okay, you know what? We're going to dissolve DC Universe completely. Like we'll still have people, we'll give people the access to like watch all their animated shows on there and like the current seasons of Titans and Young Justice. And so that way they can still read their comic books as well. If you want to keep that, fine. You know what? Keep it there. I think it would be a very smart move by Warner Brothers to transition that back catalog to HBO Max as well, because now you have a massive back catalog similar to that of Netflix and Hulu.
Yeah.
Because have you been keeping up with like how Netflix and Hulu have been competing with each other, like giving themselves little jabs here?
Yeah, I've been seeing it and stuff.
Have you noticed the anime stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Netflix constantly keeps announcing this new anime came out. They did that with Evangelion.
Yeah. They made a big deal about Evangelion coming to Netflix.
Yeah, and Hulu keeps saying, "Oh, well, we've got our great back catalog of anime. If you want to watch, I know Initial D's on there, and that thanks to them, I've been watching Initial D.
Same, yeah. And it's not. I mean, obviously, it's not an anime, but they were making a big deal about Avatar and The Legend of Korra.
Bingo, Netflix did, and that's a huge seller because how many times do you? I know that you still haven't seen most of it, but how many times do you see people constantly say like, "Oh, Legend of Korra" or Avatar: The Last Airbender's on there, gotta watch it.
Gotta watch it. Yeah.
People have seen that show.
I've been getting more people coming in to buy the Avatar books and stuff like that because of the shows on Netflix.
Bingo, Netflix right there. They're smart. So I think that if Warner Brothers wanted to do the same thing, they could put the back catalog on there. I don't see any problem with it.
No, they could do it. They have the capability. I think it's just at the end of the day, it's just Warner Brothers wanting to do it or not.
Now, HBO Max is $14.99 right now.
Yeah.
Okay, without the promotion. If they said, look, we'll include everything on there, including the back catalog, but you have to pay us $17.99, is it still worth it?
Basically like $20 a month. I think because of what you get, it might be worth it because you're getting all those HBO premium shows already. You know, you're getting the backlog of those shows. Game of Thrones, Deadwood.
I completely forgot.
Yeah, see all those other shows. Westworld, you know, and what else other shows came out? Sopranos, True Blood. All those shows that came out previously, they're all on HBO Max. You can watch those at any time. So it's like, if they put it, even if they put it to $20 a month, I would still keep it.
$20 would be pushing it.
That's the thing. If it's over $20, then I might have to get rid of it.
Yeah, but $17.99.
$17.99 is not bad.
Warner Brothers, don't poke us.
Don't poke us. Don't poke the bear.
No, like I think that where it's at
Disney
right now,
Plus is still $6.99.
Yeah, but we know that that's going to increase.
It's going to increase, I think, by next year.
Yeah, they're not going to run at $7.90 or $7 and basically be like, yeah, we're fine just with $7 a month, or $70 for the full year. No, they're money hungry. They can't wait.
With everything that's happening too, why not? You know,
they'll
probably put it up.
They're suffering.
I don't want to say, but it's going to be probably over $10 by the time
Yeah, you know what I'm going to do with that? Crumble it up and throw it in the trash. I ain't paying for Disney Plus. Are you kidding me? Except for Mandalorian. When it comes out, then you can have my money.
Just or they could do it where it's like if you get rid of it, like the Netflix thing, like how Netflix did it, where it's like if you kept like the grandfather thing, you know, like you don't remember? Like,
no.
It was like 2 years ago now, like when people kept paying the $7.99 a month, and before they were gonna be.
Oh, if you were a first adopter, then they.
So
you really think Disney's gonna do that?
Oh yes.
No, they're not. No,
you just said they care about money.
Yes, so they're not gonna make you pay $7. Oh, you were one of the first people to have Disney Plus. Yeah, we'll make you pay $7 for another year, and then slowly graduate you to that $10.
If you but if you cancel and you want to go back to it,
no,
they'll probably change the price on it.
I can bet you right now they won't do that. Bet.
I don't want to bet.
I will grab a handful of those fired jelly beans and put them in my mouth if they do that.
All right, fine. And then if I'm wrong, I will put
the rest of the jelly beans on there after the game's over.
No, I will put 3 choices of the bad jelly beans in my mouth.
All right.
Of your choice.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
Shake on it. Virtual shake.
Virtual shake. Okay.
All right. So the last piece of news, the big one that was pretty much planned for this week, is the Sony conference or Sony event that pretty much announced the PlayStation 5.
Yes.
Now, little backstory, if you don't mind me going into this real quick. So the Xbox Series X and Series S were announced the week before. Mainly, the Series S was leaked. It wasn't supposed to be announced yet, but it was leaked on Twitter. And then Xbox said, screw it, why not just announce everything? Yeah. So they announced the Series S, and then a couple days afterwards announced the Series X. So if those names are confusing, yes, they are. We're sorry.
Yes.
That's not our problem. That is Microsoft's problem. The Series X is the new generation of Xboxes that will be running at $499, and the Series S is a downgraded version of the Series X running at $300. Each one's going to have a solid-state drive that is manufactured specifically for the Xboxes, and one of them, the Series X, will run at 1 terabyte, while the other one is at 512 gigabytes, which is basically, if you were a video gamer, 2 copies of Modern Warfare running at 200 gigabytes.
Dang.
Yes. PlayStation 5 announced this Wednesday. They came out with competing prices.
Yes.
The disc version of the PlayStation 5, $499. Disc-less version, the digital copy of it, or the digital version of it, $300 or $400.
For $400.
$399. Yes. Now, Rene, you are the Sony fanboy.
Yes.
What did you think of all the exclusives that were coming out?
Oh, like all the
everything that came out.
Oh, you know what? I was pretty happy that they finally have not a release date, but they're moving forward with God of War.
Ragnarok.
We finally have something. Ragnarok, yeah. After it came out, like, I want to say like 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out.
I mean, it's 2 years. It's good.
Yeah.
It's it's good game development when it takes a little bit longer.
Yeah. But just the way it ended, though, the way it got.
I haven't played it yet.
Oh, you haven't played it?
No, and I want to play it.
It leaves it so open ended and such like.
It's Viking
so
mythology.
Yeah.
So I really want to get into it because I'm into
really
Greek
good.
mythology.
They do a good job with it.
Okay.
So then this one, it's like they hinted at a character that's going to be featured in the new one coming out. But I remember hearing about after God of War came out, they were going to do like three or two more games. Like they're going to make it like a trilogy. Like
God of War 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
So why not? It makes sense. Mm-hmm. Just like Halo. Halo's 1, 2, and 3. Halo Reach. Then they came out with Halo 4, 5, and now I don't think we got a 6. No. It's just Infinite.
No.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it makes sense. Once the new studio, I think it's a new studio that is working on this new God of War series, if I'm not wrong.
No, I think it's Santa Monica Studios still.
Still?
Yeah.
Well, regardless of it, I mean, why not? If the first one is a success with a new theme, why not?
I think it's just now it's just a PlayStation exclusive now. Like
it's been PlayStation exclusive.
No, I think God of War.
Not the new one. It didn't come out on PC.
But God of War 3 or something was.
No, they've always been PlayStation.
I thought Xbox.
Trust me, if it was on Xbox, I would have played it.
I might have to fact check later.
Okay. Call me on the next issue if I'm wrong.
Yeah. So I was really excited that they finally moving forward or gave us something.
Yeah.
It's going to come out next year, which is fine.
No.
Work on it.
It's coming out 2022.
Oh, is it 2022?
No, it announced for 2021.
Oh, but you think it's going to...
It'll be out by 2022.
Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah.
Pandemic. Yeah, it's like,
I
mean,
don't know,
it sucks.
man. People are stuck inside in the computers. They could just be like...
But game development at home is hard.
It is.
Cyberpunk's different, but that game has been delayed for years.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, and then Halo Infinite was supposed to be coming out with the Series X, and that got delayed till 2021.
Yes, it did.
So that's why it's not a surprise if most of these games come out. What else was announced? They did the Resident Evil Village trailer, which is Resident Evil 8, and that's supposedly a continuation of 7. I didn't finish 7 because I got way too scared. I kind of want to.
Well, they changed the dynamic of Resident Evil in Resident Evil 7.
It's first person now, and it's not like it's actual survival horror, which is good.
No, that's a good change up because after Resident Evil 4. When that came out, it was the third person action based. It was like very actiony and stuff like that.
But it was still scary.
It was still scary, and it was still really good with Leon as the main character and stuff like that. Then they did Resident Evil 5.
Because I know that people are gonna be like, "Whoa, but Resident Evil 5 sucks." No, listen, Resident Evil 5 was good.
No,
if you saw it from an action perspective.
That's basically they took all the things that everyone loved about Resident Evil 4 and just made it 10 times what it was.
What's the director of Transformers?
Oh, they Michael Bay'd it.
There you go.
Michael Bay'd it because there was so much stuff happening. But I loved Chris Redfield. I loved Chris Redfield in the story.
In the volcano.
Even though Chris Redfield got steroid injections.
It's fine.
He was a big dude. He was basically rock status. Dwayne Johnson.
I'm going to show you a post about Dwayne The Rock Johnson after this podcast. If you guys are listening to this, go to his Instagram and find the photo I'm talking about. You will know what photo it is because it's a torn down gate of his house. Just read the entire description. I'll show you afterwards.
Okay, show me after.
But I'm telling you right now, it is gold. It is golden. Find that post and read that entire thing. It's golden. I'll show you afterwards.
So Resident Evil 5, I remember, playing it, and I've played it. I think the one thing that made it fun was that you could do 2-player on it. The 2-player aspect, which was good. It was fun. It made it cool, but everyone wanted to be Chris Redfield. No one else wanted to be the other girl.
The girl was pretty cool. I liked it.
I wasn't really thrilled because I feel like I could do more with Chris Redfield. That's why.
Yeah, but the girl was pretty cool.
No, she was good. She was helpful.
She's cool.
Helpful, yeah.
And these bits aren't planned. We're telling you right now, these are actual bits, natural. They come natural to us.
They come natural to us. But
Resident Evil 6.
Resident Evil 6, man, it was, again, they took stuff from Resident Evil 5.
So Resident Evil 6, because I played...
It was a 3-arc story.
Chris Redfield's story, Leon Kennedy's story, and then...
It was supposed to be Wesker's son.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Which
each
was
one
weird.
had like a different atmosphere. I know Chris's was more action-packed. Leon's was more scary.
Mm-hmm.
My problem with it is that it gave me motion sickness. And because I played the demo, and
Yeah.
I did not like the fact that the perspective was literally as if like if you hold a can to your eye, it's like literally maybe 6 inches away from your eye.
Yeah.
And what you're seeing on the right side, that's all you're seeing.
Yeah.
So it gave me a little bit of motion sickness, and it was just annoying. Like the camera sucked.
Yeah.
So Resident Evil 7, I bought the collector's edition. I played about maybe 4 to 5 hours until I actually got freaked out.
Now it seemed like basically, what is it? Who does Resident Evil? The studio. Capcom. Now it looks like Capcom saw the potential teaser trailer that came out a while ago for Silent Hill.
Yeah.
And it's like they saw that, knew that Silent Hill was going to get canned, and it's like, let's do it. Let's, which was
Why
smart.
don't we play Resident Evil 7 for Halloween? We'll release it on the YouTube channel. I'll invite you over to the Fortress of
Geekitude,
and then we can go through it.
We'll do it every week then, and we'll play through. We'll do a playthrough then.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I'm down for that.
Okay. Have you seen Resident Evil 7?
No.
Oh, buddy, I've
seen the trailer.
Remote. No, there's a scene. It's literally like maybe within the first 2 hours.
Yeah.
Where I actually threw my remote on the ground because I got freaked out.
Really?
Like it's that bad. Like it's so.
Yeah. And I hear playing with like headphones.
Oh hell
like,
no! No! I don't have speakers, so we have to.
Yeah.
Oh god!
We have
it
to.
just brings back memories, dude. It's so. I love it, but it's like.
Now, do you want me to play the first part and then you play whatever you didn't play? How far you got?
Sure. I even goosebumps.
You got
talking
goosebumps
about this.
that bad, dude.
I want to play it, but it's like so.
I haven't. Well, you got your buddy here.
Renee, I'm gonna have to like.
I'm gonna laugh because like your girlfriend's reaction to us. She'll be just sitting there in the background watching TV, and she'll just be like, ah! Your dog's gonna go crazy too.
Oh my god, man. Okay, so Resident Evil 8 did a fantastic job kind of setting up the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Really creepy. I don't understand why Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 8 have old ladies in them. Like it doesn't
Because it's creepy.
Yeah, but it's like why?
Did you not see chapter 2 with the old lady?
No, that scares me too.
But part of that part, oh man, I remember in the theater seeing the trailer for that, and she's like,
remind me when October comes to tell you a scary story regarding me. I got a couple of them actually.
Oh, you got your own scary
I've got my
stories.
own. I've got 2 experiences, one involving a clown. So I'll actually save those. Yes, see now you're interested.
My face was like, what?
Yeah, so I actually will talk about them in October. It'd be interesting just to have them as openers as well.
Yeah, again, guys, we're trying to get some content for you on October, guys.
So Resident Evil 8. Resident Evil distracted. I'm hooked. I am very hooked.
It looks great and beautiful as well too.
Set up a collector's edition and I'll dump another $200 on it. And then never play the game because it's so scary.
Sucker for all the Resident Evil stuff.
I love Resident Evil.
Did you ever play Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City?
No, that was
I remember seeing the trailer for that, like the cinematic trailer. I was like, yeah, that looks cool. And I remember the gameplay. I'm like, oh.
So the thing about Resident Evil is that I love it, but zombies are the one thing that I cannot watch in movies because I hate cannibalism.
Does that like really gets to you?
It makes me nauseous. I can't stand it. The idea is just like I have sweaty palms right now too because I just don't like talking about it. But I'll play the games because I feel like I'm in control of that.
So we're not gonna watch Cannibal Holocaust or The Green Inferno.
Not if you don't want. If you want to see my stomach on the floor, sure. All right, we still have a lot to get through. This is a conference. What's the time of the podcast?
We're hitting an hour right now.
Hitting an hour. Okay, yeah, we'll quickly go through this because afterwards they also announced Final Fantasy 16.
Finally.
I've played Final Fantasy enough. That's all I have to say.
I've played Final Fantasy 7 and
who
10.
hasn't played 7?
That's true. And 10.
One listener's like, I haven't played Final Fantasy 7.
I played all the Final
Trust me, there's a couple people that haven't played 7 before, and it's like, I get it. Like you only heard about it.
Yeah, no. The thing is, I remember I've played 10 before I played 7, but I was a little kid because one of my neighbors got the new Final Fantasy game. And he's like, you want to come over and, watch me play it? I'm like, yeah, sure. Okay. And then I watched it. I was like, oh, this is cool. I'm like, what game is this? It's Final Fantasy 10. And I'm like, 10? Mm-hmm. He goes, yeah, I'm like, well, what's the other games? He's like, oh, no, the 7 was better. So we played 7 because I told him I never played 7.
Final Fantasy has always had a weird history because it never released chronologically in the U.S. I think one here is 3 over there in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's like weird. And I don't know if it's like up to date now, like the same numbers in Japan as it is in the US. But have you played 15?
No.
Okay, it's weird. I would really want to get into it if I legitimately had the patience to push a car for actually 5 minutes.
Oh yeah,
to progress the story.
I've seen videos on it where it's like, isn't it like a bunch of guys you get to play as or something?
Yeah,
like
they're
that?
pretty cool guys. Yeah. They're like it's not a bad setup.
They look like K-pop players.
Yes,
like K-pop.
Yeah,
people.
like it's not bad.
Yeah.
But the problem with Final Fantasy is that I feel like you literally need to not work to play this. There's an actual boss in Final Fantasy 15 that supposedly takes 24 hours.
Yeah,
like really 24 hours to beat. Like actual 24 hours.
See, nah, I can't get into that.
How can you? How do? Why? Like, okay, I get it. There's that one person that you probably know that probably streams for a living and like can play that. But like as a commoner, like just us that can play maybe 2 hours a day or an hour.
There's people like they'll play The Witcher. They'll log into Witcher 3 and then just play the in games. In that there's like a gambling game that you can play in The Witcher. There are people that just specifically just do that, and now they made it outside of that. Like they specifically made a Witcher game, that gambling thing outside of it, so you don't have to do that anymore.
It's on PC.
Yeah.
It was announced. I think it was like 2 years ago. I know what you're talking about, and I forgot the game that's on there.
I still trip out how people would do that.
If you have the time, great, go for it. I just feel like I'm missing out.
I'm missing out on so many quests or something.
Like, I want to get into Final Fantasy 16. I want to play 15. But Jesus Christ, I can't. I don't have the time.
No.
I literally would play 2 hours. I played like maybe, I would say 10 hours of Final Fantasy 15. I don't feel like I even made a dent. It's difficult.
Yeah.
For me, I've played the first one on the Super NES, and then I got into 7. I got into the Tactics Advance for the Game Boy. Those were fantastic, and I actually beat those because they weren't that difficult. And then Final Fantasy 7, I played through. Final Fantasy 9, I would watch my cousin play, and that one was really good. I have 10 and 10-2 on my computer, which I'm going to get through. 15, I don't even know, man, honestly. And then 16,
you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, if you guys thought that we were going to explain all the trailers, no, this is our thoughts. You guys should know. This is issue 16. This is pretty much our thoughts.
Seriously.
Let's end it with the big one, the one that's hyped up everyone. Miles Morales.
Miles Morales, guys.
Are you serious? How did you forget?
No. I just wanted you to act like that. No, but oh my God. So they finally released a gameplay footage of Miles Morales. And obviously, you know, you're watching it. It has the same mechanics, which is good. It doesn't look like it's like changing the mechanics, you know, like exponentially. But it's just at the same time, it's the same mechanics. But the way that they did it, the story that they're trying to tell with Miles Morales, it all takes place in Harlem.
Yes, so
which
it's
is good.
Away from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
This is on his own, pretty much.
Yeah, this is supposed to take place a year? How many years?
A year, a couple. I think it might be a year afterwards.
Yeah, a year after the events of PS4 Spider-Man.
It looks good. That
so
scene
good.
where he walks through the streets is fantastic.
Yes, I love it, and I love they have his friend there too. You know, from the comic books as well too. And that looks like his mom's trying to be mayor of Harlem, I guess.
Yeah, she's running for some political office, and the villain is the Tinkerer.
The Tinkerer,
yeah. It's an interesting villain.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping we get to see the Prowler. Maybe we do. Or maybe we don't.
It probably hinted. Maybe they probably don't want to announce it yet.
Yeah.
Because keep in mind, the original Spider-Man game, the first one that came out for the PlayStation 4, that one's villain was Kingpin, and then we slowly got introduced to different characters.
That's true.
Like
so there was a main villain at the end of the game.
Exactly. Mr. Negative, and then what was his name? Skee-Ball, is it? Is she one of them?
Well, Skee-Ball was in the game.
Yeah, and then who gives you the mystery challenges? I forget it was Taskmaster. Taskmaster's also in there. So maybe the Prowler could be a villain that probably pops up in the end.
Yeah, or maybe somewhere in the middle of the game as well too.
What'd you think of the fighting sequence in the end of that gameplay trailer?
I love the way that you could fight in the game where you could also implement his Venom Blast, which was really cool. They're really making a big deal about how he could use that.
I'm on the fence. I think I might be one of those people that was just kind of like, Because the Venom, I get the Venom Strike and the Venom Blast are like a big thing about him. He also turned invisible.
Yes, which was cool. You get to use that as well too.
It looks similar to the fighting mechanics of the original Spider-Man game.
Yeah, so that was the one thing I was worried about. At the same time, you don't want change up too much when it comes to a sequel game, or not a sequel game, but a game spinoff as well too.
It's supposed to be like a big pack DLC package from the original Spider-Man. That's what I think they're aiming for.
So, but at the same time, you want a little change up because you want to be like, okay, I'm playing because you're technically playing a different character. You're not playing as Peter Parker. You're playing as Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It did look exactly the same, just with a little difference.
Yeah.
There. So that's what I'm kind of little disappointed at, but at the same time, I'm more interested in the story.
The Venom, yes, the story is great because we're not getting an origin story just like the Spider-Man game that came out. He's already developed because his Venom Blast is like it's in full effect. He knows how to go invisible. He pretty much knows how to fight and how to be a Spider-Man. That bridge scene where he's holding it together.
Oh, that was so great.
It's funny because I was watching a YouTube channel that's called Inside Gaming, and they were talking about this, and they were joking about it. It's like, I think it's in the Constitution that there always has to be a scene where he's stretched out and pulling
he's
together.
pulling stuff together.
Yeah, it's in the Constitution. I'm like, yeah, because I think every Spider-Man movie had that. Even in Spider-Man 2 when he was holding onto the train and preventing it from going over.
You have
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Bringing in the boat together and stuff like that.
Even in the Spider-Man game, the original one, that had it on, that was on there as well.
Yeah. No, he had scenes like that too. Yeah,
it's always it's an iconic stance, I guess.
Yeah.
Thing.
So I did like how basically they had like a big quick time event, like they promoted in the last Spider-Man game when you're trying to chase the helicopter and you're like stopping people along the way, saving people and saving debris from crashing into other people and stuff. I loved it in this one that it was the bridge. Yeah. And we're saving cars. And
just the amount of work that he has to do.
Quick thinking too, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Which really shows what kind of character Miles Morales is.
Yeah. The Spider-Mans at least.
Yeah.
The Spider-Man. And it's like, I mean, it looks great, but like I said, the Venom Blast, it looked too flashy for me, and I think that's what was kind of a turn off.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
I didn't want the whole sparks, like he looked like Electro.
I
didn't want that, but if that's what they're aiming for, to kind of just make it visually appealing, sure.
I guess for a video game it makes sense.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's not really like that. But at the same time, they kind of did that in the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
where it's like he's had electricity in his eyes, and stuff, just to make it
to make it visually appealing.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? It's okay. Yeah. Other than that, I think that's probably the biggest highlight besides God of War that was announced on the Sony conference.
Those are the two main things.
Yeah, and we actually recorded a video before this where we pretty much gave a separate discussion on what we think about this next generation.
Yeah, about the console in general.
Yeah, so it should have released before the podcast. If not, keep an eye on the YouTube channel. We will be posting that on there and further discussion of the actual console itself.
Yeah,
because I know we were just talking about the video games that were announced, and there were plenty of other ones that were announced in there as well. But these were pretty much our own highlights that we kind of wanted to hit on.
Yeah.
These were the big ones. Yours was God of War, mutually Resident Evil, Spider-Man, right here.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that should wrap it up.
That's about it.
Yeah. We hit everything. We tried within an hour. I know we're missing some stuff. We're gonna stop.
Yeah.
We're recording this, and then we're gonna be like, God damn it, we didn't even talk about this thing, and so on and so forth.
Let's do last minute think about it.
We even talked about Michael Cera before the podcast and Shia LaBeouf.
Oh yeah, because you watched Disturbia.
After that,
we were talking about Disturbia.
For another time.
That's another time. But we talked about how Shia LaBeouf gets the girls.
Shia LaBeouf is like basically Michael Cera, but more
suavier.
Yeah, and more talkative. Yeah. I don't know about now. I think he's a little more buff.
He's scary, dude.
I don't know.
He did. Okay, so really quick. Have you ever heard of the movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently, there was a live table read that featured Sean Penn in it, but he wasn't Spicoli. Shia LaBeouf played Spicoli in the table read.
Okay.
I gotta show you the videos. They're hilarious. Basically, it looks like he wants to be there, but he doesn't want to be there.
It's Shia LaBeouf. This is the guy that literally went, just do it.
Just do it.
Like, you can tell that this guy is kind of weird because he literally did that entire video on a green screen. He knew he was going to get memed, but yet he acted like he wasn't. So, another conversation.
Another conversation.
Time.
Maybe we should just do a Shia LaBeouf episode.
We have a lot to do. There's content. There's content.
So much content we come up. Okay, so thank you guys for listening.
Yeah. So yeah. Do you want to?
I'll put in the social medias, guys. If you guys want to follow the show, follow us on Instagram, Twitter. Just basically search "Keeping Up with the Nerds." You'll find it there. If you're listening to this episode on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe and like the video. Comment down below what you guys want us to talk about, or what you liked or what you didn't like. We want to hear feedback. We want to hear what you guys think so we can make the show better, or just, try to see what you guys want us to talk about. You guys could also find episodes on Spotify, hopefully on Apple Podcasts soon.
You're working on that.
Yeah, I'm working on that right now. It's just, man, Apple is like,
it's a process.
It's basically like an application. You have to, like a job application. You have to put, oh yeah, we're doing this. Oh yeah, we talk about that. Do you swear a lot? Not really.
Maybe once every 2 issues.
But yes, guys, so that's where you can find us. Brian, I think it's time for you.
No, you're closing this out. I introduced it.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. God. No. See, this is a confusing episode.
Is confusing because we didn't have an outline. Actually, we were just basically just sitting here oh yeah, should we do an outline and stuff?
While you're pulling the script out real quick, or the actual outro, just a quick reminder, like Rene said, if you're listening on YouTube, the links for the Spotify and Podbean are in the description down below, and the links to the YouTube are in the description for Spotify and Podbean as well. Hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button. We appreciate all the support. And we always appreciate if you're in the Whittier area to come over to the store. Say hi to us if you see us around. We love the compliments. We will mention you in the show. We just appreciate any sort of feedback at all, because, like I said, this is a podcast where Rene and I pretty much just came together and we just wanted to talk. We have fun. Yeah. We look forward to recording every single week. So we make this content for you guys, but also we love to do this.
We just love to do it.
This is just, and if it becomes something, great. Yay. Rene, hit us with the outro.
All right. Thank you, citizens, for listening to this issue of Keeping Up with the Nerds Variety Hour. This is Rene.
And Bryan.
Coming to you from 12920 Philadelphia Street, Whittier, California, recording at Undercity Comics. We thank you, citizens, once again, and hope to see you all in the next time.